Cloning. Cloning means exact copy of something. In more of a scientific term, cloning is a technique which scientists use to make exact genetic copies of living things. These things which can be cloned include genes, cells, tissues, and even the whole animal can be cloned. Some clone already exist in the nature. Single-cell organisms like bacteria make copies of themselves each time they do reproduction. But nowadays scientists are able to make clones of an organism in the lab. The most common type of cloning is gene cloning. In this process, researchers take DNA from an organism whose gene they want to be cloned and put that gene into a bacteria or PCR machine which can replicate this gene and produce its clones. Animals cloning. Animals can be cloned in one of two ways. The first is called embryo twinning. The scientists first split an embryo into half, and those two halves are then put back in the mother's uterus, each of which will later develop into two individuals and they will share the same genes. The second method of animal cloning is somatic cell nuclear transfer. In this type of cloning, scientists take a cell from a body part other than gametes and transfer DNA from the cell to the egg cell, from which its own DNA and nucleus has been removed. Later on, the cell develops into an embryo because egg cells have the ability to divide and have enough nutrition, and the developed organism will contain the same gene as the donor cell. Dolly sheep is a prominent example of cloned animal